The Black Friday deal season is upon us, with prices dropping on almost every major game and console. Xbox is no exception, as its recent sale boasts huge price drops across the board. So if you're looking for what you should buy this holiday season, either as a gift for a friend or as a new experience for yourself, here are some of the best Black Friday deals on the Xbox Store. One of the biggest titles of the year, Battlefield 6, is getting a 15% price reduction, dropping down from $69.99 to $59.49, making this the best time to jump into 2025's biggest shooter, perfect for anybody who has friends already playing the game and is excited to jump on with them. This is especially good timing as the game has also just released its newest map as a part of its Season 1 free DLC. And if you're into shooters, Ready or Not also got a price reduction, dropping down 20% to $39.99, boasting intense indoor first-person SWAT police force action. It's a great game to play with friends if you're into cooperative PvE combat. Another popular shooter on the list is Borderlands 4, also getting a 20% price reduction down to $55.99. The classic series returns in better than ever form, full of the humor and gunplay variety that the series is known for. But if you want a shooter that goes along with your minifigures, you can also get Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, which is down to $34.99, a 50% reduction. This takes place in the Warhammer universe and sees you fighting off hordes and hordes of nasty alien enemies. We're still not done with shooters though. Doom: The Dark Ages is also getting a huge price drop, going down 50% to $34.99. If you haven't already played Doom: The Dark Ages, it's one of the best shooters to release this year. It's bombastic, gory, and a must-play for fans of the genre. If you'd rather play a first-person game that involves minimal shooting and instead focuses on globe-trotting around the world and digging up treasure, you can play as Indiana Jones in last year's amazing title, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This game plays almost exactly like a movie from the series, featuring a ton of humor, intense escapes, and nostalgic music. I highly recommend picking this game up at the 30% reduced price of $48.99. Or maybe you want to slow down and play some thoughtful experiences. No game will work your brain better than Blue Prince, which is down 25% to $22.49. This is undoubtedly one of the best indie games of the year, boasting amazing puzzle design and an intricate world that longs for you to piece together each complex quandary. Another fantastic indie game on sale though comes in the form of Stray, which is down 40% to $17.99. Stray sees you playing as a cat as you explore this beautiful underground space, interacting with robots and platforming to your heart's content. I honestly can't say enough great things about Stray. It's such a wonderfully immersive experience, and at this price, I highly recommend it. Keeping on the indie train, Hell Is Us is a thoughtful Souls-like that focuses just as much on its combat as it does on its complex, intricate story. It's a game that forces you to think deeply about each situation you go into, both from a story perspective and from a puzzle perspective. South of Midnight will also make you think, but it focuses more on story and emotion than puzzle design. It offers up some fun, robust combat, and an amazing art style that is stunning to look at. It's down 25% to $29.99. Another emotional, story-driven game comes in the form of Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, which sees you traveling across Iceland and facing visions of your past. This one is down to $17.49 with a 65% price reduction. If you're looking rather to solve puzzles with your friend in a co-op experience though, Split Fiction, one of the best games of the year, is getting a 20% price reduction down to $39.99. If you get this game, you can download it and your friend can also download it and play for absolutely free from anywhere, making it a great value proposition. But what about a Game of the Year contender? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Royal Edition is also seeing a hefty drop, falling 40%. This game rarely goes on sale, and the inclusion of the entirety of its DLC makes it a nearly unmissable purchase, offering hundreds of hours of content to play. Another open-world RPG, The Outer Worlds 2, is seeing a price reduction of 20%, down to $55.99, which is wild considering the game just launched a few weeks ago. Outer Worlds 2 is notable for its many ways to approach each encounter, making for an RPG experience with a ton of personal customization. But Obsidian wasn't done there. Avowed also is getting a price reduction, down 33% to $46.89. This is their new first-person take on the Pillars of Eternity universe. If you're looking to go back in time though to one of the best first-person RPGs ever made, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered is also on sale, dropping down 33% to $33.49. This game was a huge hit when it launched, but if you missed out on all the hype, it's still there waiting for you to take on Tamriel. Want more open world action though? Red Dead Redemption 2 Ultimate Edition is dropping 80% down to $19.99. If for some reason you haven't played Rockstar's Western magnum opus, now is the perfect time. Hey, and since some of the other greatest RPGs of all time are on sale, might as well also toss in Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, which is 50% off, dropping it down to $39.99. This includes the excellent Phantom Liberty DLC starring Idris Elba. But if for some reason you also haven't played Hogwarts Legacy, this one is also on sale, and it's one of the biggest markdowns of the entire sale, holding a price of just $10.49 with an 85% reduction. Hogwarts Legacy is one of the most popular games of the last few years, and if you're a Harry Potter fan, it's an absolute must-play. The final two open world games to check out on this sale though are Dying Light the Beast, which is down 20% to $47.99, and Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is down 40% to $41.99. Both games can absolutely scratch that open world exploration itch. Okay, but now let's look at some Eastern-inspired experiences. First, in that category has to be Silent Hill F, which is getting a 20% price reduction down to $55.99. A continuation of the amazing atmospheric Silent Hill series, Silent Hill F perfectly encapsulates what made all of the series' older entries so excellent. Ninja Gaiden 4 is also getting a price reduction down to the same price of $55.99, and it's also a continuation of an older franchise, it being a brutally difficult hack-and-slash combat game. You can also pick up the first Berserker Kazan for $41.99, a 30% price reduction, and it's also a hack-and-slash title that features a wonderfully beautiful art style and action-packed gameplay. If you're looking for more of that cel-shaded comic book art style though, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is also getting a massive price reduction, this one being 40% down to $41.99. This is a 3D fighter set in the Dragon Ball universe, starring all the characters you've come to know and love. Visions of Mana could also be a great game to check out, especially for you JRPG fans. It's set in a beautifully weird world, and it's a 50% price reduction down to $29.99. Finally, I wanted to mention some sports-adjacent games. First, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, which is down to $29.99, a 40% price reduction. You know exactly what you're getting here, skateboarding action with a ton of cool tricks and excellent music. And lastly, I wanted to mention Forza Horizon 5, which is seeing a 50% price reduction, also down to $29.99. The Horizon series is a super popular set of open world racing games, and Horizon 5 is one of the best entries in the entire series, taking place in Mexico. So those were a whole bunch of games that you can get your hands on, all seeing price reductions right now for Black Friday. This sale goes all the way up till December 3rd, so you have some time. Let us know what you want to pick up down in the comments below, and for everything else, go over to GameRant.com for news, reviews, and features. Thanks for watching.